Yes, my people, it is your boy VRD back at you with another Train Sim World 5 video. And today we're going to be taking a first look at the new Leavenmouth branch DLC that was released for Train Sim World 5 yesterday. It is the 23rd of November right now, I think. I'm sure this came out on the 22nd, maybe the 21st. But yeah, we're going to be taking a short look at that. We are here at Kirkcaldy Station. We're going to be heading northbound up the line. We're going to turn off on the Leven branch about a mile and a half north of here. And then we're going to go down to Leavenmouth via Cameron Bridge, I think is the station between here and there. And then we're going to change ends and come back down. We're going to go get as close as we can to Edinburgh before the video reaches 1 hour. Once we get to 1 hour of recording, I'll just wrap up the video there. So that is the plan for today. Our train is due in at 13:51. It is currently 13:42, so I'm going to edit down the video and I will catch you guys. How many carriages does the train comprise? 3 carriages. Yeah, so I will catch you guys in a bit. Right, my people, train is pulling into the station now. Can I just say I am gutted that the 158 was not added to this DLC. um Let me actually rephrase that. The 158 wasn't included in the timetable, considering how long this route actually took to come out. This, and I keep calling it a route, this DLC I should say, it took literally months. This was announced months ago, and we were told that the 158 was going to be a part of it. They were there gassing up the 158 with its new fancy reskin. So to release the route and not have the 158, again I called it a route by accident, to release the DLC and not have the 158 be a part of it, it's a bit of a slap in the face, to be honest. I'm actually very disappointed about that. But anyway, let's just get set up quickly. Yeah, again, it's just finding the motivation to make content on this game nowadays is just very difficult because it's become very stale. Like the releases have just become so stale. It's getting ridiculous now. Let's just get a thumbnail in quickly. So yeah, I was reading through a couple of comments. Apparently the lack of the 158 is because they're still in the process of developing a new timetable for the 5 circle route. But again, you've had months to do this, so I don't see why it just makes no sense to me at all. Let's have a look at our calling pattern. Cameron Bridge and Leven. Then, like I said, we're gonna get over to Leven, change ends, and then head back towards Edinburgh. So yeah, it should be interesting to have a look at this new route. I've got the next speed limit indication on in the HUD because I obviously don't know the speed limits on the Leavenmouth branch yet. I think it's the ruling speed limit is 45, but there are obviously going to be some places that I'm not familiar with, so I just have to up just to be safe. Right, I think we are ready to get a move on here. We have a green signal. Let's get our doors closed. Yep, all is well. Green signal, reset the DRA, into forward, acknowledge the vigilance test, hill start button in, release the brakes, power notch 4, engines revving up, releasing the hill start button, and we're away. Just the final look back there, get that window closed. Speed limit 65, going up to 80 very shortly. Just being gentle in the acceleration. And yeah, I haven't really seen what the route is. I keep calling it a route, man. I haven't seen what the DLC is saying, but I am aware. I just have a feeling there's going to be things wrong with it. I'm aware of there's an issue with the junction indication for the signal that routes you. Let's just do a running brake test. For the signal that routes you onto the Leavenmouth branch that we're going to come up on shortly, the position 4 junction indication doesn't work. I saw that in a YouTube video. So that's just ridiculous to me. Again, like you've had this DLC in the works for months, and you're telling me I'm I'm having issues with junction indications. This is pathetic, man. Absolutely pathetic. It's just you've hyped this up. You've hyped this up over such an extended period of time, and it just this is it ends up being some underwhelming BS. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I'm gonna have a look at it for myself in a second anyway. Then I'll give you guys my opinion on it. But I just wanted to call that out. The issue with the junction indication, that is inexcusable. Absolutely inexcusable. It has been quite a while. It's been months since I last drove along here in game. So I'm actually not too familiar with the my situational awareness is out the window right now. I have no idea where I am. This feels like this feels like when you depart from Kinghorn. Like I feel like I've just left Kinghorn right now. This doesn't look like how it looks when you depart from Kirkcaldy. Do we have? Okay, no, I remember now actually. So we got the right hand bend here, then we got the left hand bend, and it goes up to 80 during or at the end of the left hand bend, if I'm not mistaken. We'll soon find out. Yeah, okay, now it looks familiar. I just that straight section there caught me out. I wasn't really expecting that. I never expected it. Do hope everyone's doing okay though. Let me know how you've been in the comments section below. It's a bit of a climb right now, so we're struggling to get up to 65. Although I do believe there's a continuous downward gradient that we're coming up on now. So I'm gonna begin to slowly cut back on the power. If my memory serves me correctly, I'm sure I think it was around here. Speed limit's 80 now, right? Yeah, speed limit 80. We'll accelerate up to 70 and then we'll shut off the power because I'm pretty sure it's along here where you actually don't need any power and then the gravity will just bring you up to 80, but we'll accelerate up to 70 just to be safe. We're still climbing at the moment, so shutting off power now is a bit stupid. But I think it's when we hit the summit of the gradient, it's just a continuous downward, and we're definitely coming up on the summit now. Look at that. Boing. Right, so this signal coming up, I'm going to shut off power there. And yeah, gravity should begin to bring us up towards 80. I can't remember which signal it is. Is it the next signal or the signal after? Actually, maybe the signal that's coming up now is probably the distant signal, and then the home signal. Is it would you call that a home signal? The home signal is probably after the second one. We'll just call it a home signal for, because I might be incorrect though. Maybe no. Around here looks kind of familiar. I think this is actually the junction signal coming up. Is it? Yes, it is, and you can see we've been given the main aspect only, but we should have a position 4 junction indication there. I don't know why it's just ridiculous, honestly ridiculous. So yeah, brake step 2 straight away, speed limit goes down to 30 miles an hour for the turnout onto the Leven branch. What's going on over there? What the hell? Okay. Oh, we're doing below 30. I'm bugging. I'm going uphill, so I probably need a bit of power now. So here we are turning out onto the Leven branch. Is that a 10 mile an hour limit? 25. What? Okay, 30 down to 25. I wasn't even paying attention just then. I thought it was 30 the whole way through. And then why did that board say 10? That's when I was really panicking. I was thinking 10? 10 miles an hour for this. Anyway, speed limit is now 45, so let's get back on the power. And yeah, like I said, I think 45 is the ruling speed limit, and down to Leven. For some reason, my brain, I keep wanting to call it Exmouth for some reason, but Exmouth is literally all the way on the other side, on the other side of the country. Exmouth is down in the west, the southwest somewhere. I can't remember exactly where because I don't go around them sides, but yeah. We appear to be going downhill, so I'm going to probably need to tap on the brakes in a second. We'll see how we go on. How far until Cameron Bridge? 2.7 miles, so a quite a significant distance away, considering we're only doing 45. 45 does feel a bit too slow, considering that we were just doing 80, but this route is quite windy and bendy, so it does make sense. Yeah, I wouldn't, especially coming around here. Look at this now. Yeah, 45 is almost too fast to be honest. I would not want to do 50 around here. But yeah, because Leavenworth is, I think it's right by the coast, so that explains this rather continuous downward gradient because if the station is obviously going to be at sea level. And then you could say the same for Brighton, same with Brighton, for example. Brighton Station, first one I can think of at the top of my head because I'm familiar with it. You're climbing up the South Downs for the last like 15 miles or so, last 10 miles, and then once you get over the South Downs, it's just downhill for the rest of the way into Brighton because Brighton's at sea level. And then it's also a similar thing when you're coming into London. Any London terminus, you're most likely going to be going downhill as well because the River Thames in London is also at sea level. So majority of London stations would be at sea level as well. Apologies for the background noise. We got a 30 limit in 1 mile, and Cameron Bridge is in 1.4 miles, so the 30 limit is before the station. There's a whole load of nothing going on right now. I need to try to keep an eye out for landmarks that I can use as braking points. Yeah, just a bunch of winding and bending. Are you seriously gonna put the kettle on while I'm recording? That is diabolical. Right, apologies for that, my people. Absolutely no consideration whatsoever. Right, how long until this 30 limit? 0.7 miles. Speeding once again. Right, brake step one from about here should have us down for the 30 limit in time. Might need a bit of brake step two. So we come off a right hand bend. I think that is the first straight section or the longest straight section that we're gonna come across. So if I can remember right hand bend and then significantly long straight section, then that should give me a rough place of reference to put the brakes in. And then there's obviously an overbridge as well, so I could use that.
We'll soon arrive at Cameron Bridge. Don't
Oh, it's
forget
quite scenic
to
coming
take your
into here.
belongings with you before you leave the
Nice
ferry.
little industrial area, giving me Ampere Way vibes, Wooden Marsh, Ampere Way, them type of vibes. I'm just using line. I'm just using line of sight right now, to be honest. So I think that's the platforms there coming up. I'm gonna aim to be doing about 20 coming into there, maybe even 15, just because I'm not familiar with it yet. So I don't want to accidentally overshoot the stopping position. Bit too slow, but better safe than sorry. We are on time, so we got nothing to worry about in that sense. Straining my eyes right now, trying to look for that stopping board. I don't see it, so we're just gonna take it all the way down to the end of the platform. Apparently, we've overshot it by 50 yards, which makes no sense to me, but okay. Right, so now we know for next time it's around the area of the footbridge that we need to be stopped at. I didn't see a stop board there, but we'll keep that in mind. Really and truly, I should have been looking at the yard counter from the beginning, so that's my fault there. I always forget about the yard counter, to be honest, because most of the stations I stop at, I already know where the stopping boards are, so I'm not really looking at the yard counter. I just forget that it's there. But at a time like this, the yard counter definitely would have came in handy. Right, we don't have a platform starter signal here, but blank AWS tells us that we're all good. Right, let's get a move on. We're on level terrain, so we don't need our hill start button. Apologies if I sound a bit uninfused by this. It's just I'm in a bad mood because of there's no 158. That's the truth. I was looking forward to taking a 158 for a spin around along this. I know I can do it in free roam mode, but it's just I was just really expecting it to be um to be added to the timetable. Right, so speed limit's gone back up to 45. We've got a yellow signal aspect. Is that a fixed cautionary aspect because we're coming up on the end of the line? Leven is in 1.5 miles, so I'm assuming that's what that represents. Yes, it is, because we got the little triangle on the signal registration plate. The number plate, I should say, not registration plate. It's not a car. But hold on a minute. No, unless is Levermouth. No, that's incorrect. No, sorry, not incorrect. But that isn't a fixed. That isn't a fixed. That's a distance signal. It's not a fixed cautionary aspect. I stand corrected, because this isn't a single line. This is a two-track line, so we should come across a final signal protecting Leavenworth, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna Play the cautious game here. We're gonna travel at 30 miles an hour because I have no idea where the signal is. Leven is in 0.7 miles. I can see an AWS magnet coming up, so let's get brake step 2 in there. And I was correct. There's the final signal now, protecting Leven for 25 over the AWS magnet. So if that was a red signal, then that would have been too good. Thankfully, it's a single yellow. There's the 40 limit. And then we have a 25 limit into the platform. We've been routed into platform 1 as the sorry indication said. So I'm not sure if that means we're going to cross over. Are we crossing over onto the... Since when was this... When did the speed limit go down to 25, please? I didn't see a speed board for that. But anyway, yeah, we being crossed over onto the other side. Or is that... Are we staying on the track that we're on? And that signal is quite a way out from the station. Does it really need to be that far out? Oh.
We'll soon
The
arrive
speed limit
at
was only 45.
Leven station.
And now there's another 45 board here apparently.
Belongings with you before you leave the train.
It makes no sense. Okay, so we are being crossed over. Oh no. Okay, so that appears to be going somewhere else. Oh, no, I stand corrected. So that track over there that has a 45 limit. So where does that go to then? No, both of these lead into the station. So yeah, that 45 board is incorrect. I told you guys that this route's gonna have major issues and bugs and stuff. I mean, I wouldn't call that a major issue, but it's a bit stupid having a 45 board with like a couple hundred yards out from the platform of a terminus station. That's, yeah. All right, let's bring it down to below 10 for the AWS magnets. TPWS magnets, my bad. Ooh, bit too fast, but we're all good. Right, perfect. Brake step 3, neutral, setting our driver reminder appliance because we're at buffer stops and we have a door release on the left. Tail lights on, headlights off. Reverser into the off position, master key removed. AWS, driver safety device, and vigilance isolated. Gonna exit the cab, and you're telling me to close the doors, so like right. What was the head code for this service? 2 kilo 65. We'll keep that in mind. Maybe I should probably use this as a thumbnail instead, now that I think about it. I think this would actually make a better thumbnail, because we're actually at, yeah, this would definitely get more clicks. Ooh, let's yeah, that should do it. Right, let's head up to the other end. I'm not sure what time would you out of here. Let's have a look at the PIS screen quickly. 14:18. Okay, cool. So not really a long turnaround time at all. It's understandable because here in Edinburgh, they're not too far apart, so you don't really need a long turnaround time here, providing that you have a longer turnaround time at Edinburgh. So it would probably, on a shift pattern, it would probably be up here back to Edinburgh, up here back to Edinburgh, take a break at Edinburgh, and then do another 2 return trips, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, DRA is set. Let's arm our safety systems, unisolate them, normal them, however, whatever works for you. Master key in, neutral, AWS acknowledge, headlights on, tail lights off. We'll just close our doors quickly so the game can be nice and happy. There we are. Return to free roam. Service scheduled to start at 14:16. Cool, cool, cool. Open those doors back. We're not gonna bother with the static brake test. Destination display. Edinburgh Waverley, right? So let's make sure everything's being displayed correctly. No, it's not. That is not correct at all. What is going on there? It says Waverley. Haymarket. Why does it say Dunfermline? What? What? Alright, we'll leave it on Waverley for now. I'm guessing maybe when the service commences that should rectify itself. Headlights are okay though. But yeah, that is oh my goodness. What is going on with this game? What has happened? Calling pattern: Cameron Bridge, Kirkcaldy, Kinghorn, Burnt Island, Aberdour, Dalgety Bay, Inverkeithing, North Queensferry, Dalmeny, Edinburgh Gateway, Haymarket, so not stopping at South Gyle, and Edinburgh Waverley. I'm not gonna drive this all the way back to Edinburgh because I've got things I need to do. I'll probably take it down to about maybe Aberdour or Burnt Island, probably around there somewhere. How long have I been recording for as well? Because I need to remember I was recording. I've been recording for 12 minutes now, but I was recording before that for about 10 minutes, I'd say. So I'll just add 10 minutes on to however long I'm currently recording for. So I'd say 23 minutes right now I've been recording for. So yeah, about 30 minutes left, I'd say. Uh, yeah, there's not really much more to do right now, to be honest. I could have a look around Leavenworth Station, but we're due out of here soon, so there's no point. I do like the river by the side there, though. It is a very scenic place. I can't lie. I do like the way it looks. I actually wouldn't mind living up here if the weather wasn't so bad, and for other reasons that I'm not going to talk about on YouTube. But yeah, man. Service has commenced, but let's see if our now it says not in service, so let's no, but it still says Waverley there, so let's go to blank and then back to Waverley. Yes. Okay. Oh, but we've got 40 seconds. Right, let's get the offside driver cab door entrance open. Look back along the platform. 27, 28, 29, 30 green signal. Get those doors closed. Still no guard mode. I'm doing DOO on a train that would be guard operated in real life. Splendid, absolutely splendid. Right, green signal, DRA reset, forward, vigilance test acknowledge. Hill start in, release the brakes. Notch 4 of power. Engines rev, hill start button release. Speed limit 25. Next station Cameron Bridge, my people. Next station Cameron Bridge. So we're just gonna hang about in notch 4. I'm not gonna bother going into anything higher than that because we're gonna need to shut off the power at 25 miles an hour. And then speed limit goes right up to 45. Very interesting. Oh, and then you can, well, judging by that 25 speed board for the crossover there, I'm guessing you can run. This is a bad directional. You can no, you can wrong road run. Is that the right? I can't remember the terminology. It's been a while. I'm a bit rusty. I need to read up on my terminology a bit. But yeah, you can run on the, you can run southbound on the northbound track. There you go. And it does make sense because this route, this route was built um yesterday in real life. It's a very, it's a new route. Well, it's not exactly a new route. I think it was, it's an old route, but it was rebuilt. I can't remember the history behind it, but yeah, the signaling is brand new, so it makes sense that they'd have wrong road running implemented on this. Just doing the running brake test there, and we're now going to be climbing, so it's a big difference going from oh my word, what's going on in my voice, going from constantly being downhill to constantly being uphill. The way the train handles is going to be completely different now. I think it's going to be a bit easier going uphill because I can just find a sweet spot power notch that should balance us out at 45, keeping in mind that Cameron Bridge is not too far from here though. And then we've got the 30 limit that we have to abide by as we go through Cameron Bridge. Well, we're stopping there, we're not going through, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean, bruv. There's the distance signal for Cameron Bridge. So I've brought it down to notch 2. In fact, let's completely shut it off because we're coming up on the 30 limit. I was trying to see what notch of power would balance us out at 45, but we'll worry about that during that long stretch between Cameron Bridge and Kirkcaldy. So again, trying to look for a reference point to use for the breaking point. Maybe this footbridge or whatever that was, or the signal. Actually, I think the signal is probably a better place to use. The 30 limit just jumped out at me. All right, just in time. In fact, I probably shouldn't. I should have stayed on the brakes then. We are going uphill, but I'm trying to still have my low entry speed into the station just to ensure that we're gonna stop in time. I'm looking at the yard counter this time. I'm not trying to make the same mistake as last time. Where is it? So no stopboards. Um, the yard counter was basically telling me to stop at that PIS screen, but there was no stopboard there, so it wasn't me being a fool. There's actually no stopboards here. Why are there no stopboards? What is going on? Thank goodness this is a free update, because if I paid for this and this is the what I'm having to put up with then we've got serious problems, very serious problems. But it's still unacceptable that this is bottom tier. This is bottom tier levels of development, man. We do better. Right, last signal we passed was green. I can actually remember it clear as day in my head. Right, next station is Kirkcaldy. Actually, I don't need to do the whole start. I need to remember that the gradient levels out here at Cameron Bridge, and then it continues to go uphill afterwards. I forgot about the 30 limit. I thought it would have gone up to 45 by now. Okay, so the 45 starts here. I think in the other. Oh no, okay, no, the 30 starts in. Oh, okay. For some reason, I remember it being slightly closer to the station on when we were traveling in the opposite direction, but no, it's a bit of a way out. So what was the breaking point? That okay, I remember now. Yeah, that bridge, and then we've got the little straight section of track. Pretty straightforward route to remember, to be honest. I mean, it's only two stations. It's about how many miles is that roughly? Probably about 4 miles, I'd say. 4 miles of track between the main five circle line and Leavenworth. It's funny how I keep calling it its full name, Leavenworth. I could just easily call it Leven. Selective energy on my part there. Alright, so let's look for the sweet spot to hold us at 45. Notch 2 wasn't doing it. How's notch 3 gonna hold up? I think it's notch 3. I think it's notch 3 still. Let's up it to notch 4 a bit. Notch 4 is probably gonna, because we're doing about 41 just then, so I'm trying to get closer to 45. So we're doing about 43 now, so let's go back down to notch 3. See if we're gonna lose speed or maintain the same speed. Yeah, notch 3. So notch 3 is the sweet spot. That's one thing I like about these diesel trains with 7 or 8 notches of power. It is easier to balance your speed out when going uphill, even on level terrain to an extent. And we've got our 25 limit in 1.8 miles. That will bring us back onto the main line. Gigantic windmill over there in the distance. Wind turbine, I should say. Terminology is everything. Imagine if that signal was red. That would be hilarious. I wonder if I'd stop in time. Actually, no, no chance, no chance. It'd probably be about a carriage and a half overshoot. Okay, we're getting slightly closer to 45, but notch 3 still seems to be doing its job pretty well. You'll get sick trouble traveling on this in real life, especially facing backwards. Like, oh, what is this? Round and round we go. Alright, so is this the signal that protects the main line? I'm guessing it is. 45 seems a bit too fast to be taking this. What on earth? That's not 45. That shouldn't be. They've either modeled the point, the curve, the radius curve on that point too tightly, or the speed limit for that isn't 45 in real life. But that was ridiculous, and it nearly gave me whiplash. Right, let's get a brake step one application in to begin slowing down for the 25 limit. Got the brakes in a bit too early, but the more I drive over this, the more I will get used to it and I'll be able to pinpoint those exact braking points. So here's the signal protecting the main line. So that signal before was probably protecting this single line section that we're on now. 25 limit commences just up ahead there. Why has it got position 1 and 2 junction indication? What's the position 1 for? Wouldn't position 1 apply to us? Was there like a little turnout that goes off to the left? I've never noticed that before. Okay, no, so you've got a little turnout there to the left, so the main aspect. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. And then speed limit goes up to 80. Now everything's gonna feel nice and fast. Over there to the right will take you up to Glen Roves with Thornton. Glen Rothus is the correct way to say it, but I can't. It feels very uncomfortable saying it like that. It's almost physically painful to pronounce it like that, so I'd rather just say Glen Roves. I mean, both ways are pretty painful for me to be honest, but Glen Roves is the least painful out of the two. Got some sheep over there in the distance, nice and cute. It's a lot of wind turbines as well. Right, so I've always struggled with the approach to Kirkcaldy in the southbound direction. I'm gonna. I don't even need the trap monitor anymore to be honest, because I've driven on this multiple times before. But we'll just keep it on because I can't be bothered to go into the settings. So I think it was two overbridges. There was a pair of two arched. Sorry, not a pair of two. There's two arched overbridges. It feels so fast coming around here. Oh my goodness. Maybe they're not arched, but I think there's two overbridges. The yard counter for the speed limit says 400 yards. I'm just gonna brake now. Okay, so got the brakes in a bit too late. I could have sworn there was like that overbridge that we literally just went under just then at the 65 limit. I thought that would have been the one where I'd get the brakes in, and the 65 comes into force a bit further down the line. But I guess not. Again, like I said, it's been a while. But we did technically pass under two overbridges, and then the third one was where the 65 limit was. So yeah, there should have been the second overbridge where I got the brakes in. Because the first overbridge wasn't arched, in my head I was thinking that they were both meant to be arched or something, so it threw me off a bit. And then I cannot remember where the braking point is for Kirkcaldy, and it's freaking me out. Uh, I'm gonna get the brakes in now. That shunt signal over there on the right, that is a good indication that we're getting pretty close. Yeah, and then we got that loop over there. So yeah. So downward gradient, free carriage stopping position is about halfway along the platform,
Will
so
soon arrive
we want to
at
be nice and safe. This
step
doesn't
3.
seem very safe to me. It seems a bit too
Don't
fast.
forget to take your
Way too
belongings
fast.
with
Brake
you
step
before
3
you leave the
now.
train.
Right now. Brake step 2. It's going for that 20 mph entry speed. Lovely stuff. Look at that. Brake step 3 neutral, door release on the left. Kirkcaldy Station, my people. Kirkcaldy Station. I've got to go gym after this, and I'm just dreading it. Oh, right. Are we at our departure time? Yeah, more or less. Let's get the doors closed. How long have I been recording for? Right, we're gonna go. We're gonna go down to Kinghorn, and then we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it wraps there. So blank AWS tells us that we're good to go. So yeah, I'm just gonna start giving my giving my opinion, my overall opinion on this little extension. It's horrible. I will not. I'm not gonna beat around the bush and just be all soft and sugarcoat everything. It's this is ridiculous. This the lack of the 158 for one. You've got issues with the speed boards, lack of stop boards at the stations. It's ridiculous. This is it's just stuff I'd expect from Train Sim World 2, but we're in Train Sim World 4 now. This stuff should really be this stuff should have been sorted out. And to be honest, the 5 circle route overall is pretty bad. To be honest, this is quite a bad route. It is quite scenic. The 170 is a nice train to drive, but it's some of the texturing that goes on. The texturing, and it gets a bit boring after a while. Just driving, having the 170 be the only train that you see, the 170 and the 385. It just gets so dead very quickly. It's not a route that I'd want to just drive up and down on. It's honestly not. A route like the Brighton mainland, for example, that is a route that I'd prefer to drive up and down on. Like I could play the Brighton mainline all day. Speed limit went down to 75. I don't know when that happens. Oh yeah, because it was 65. Okay, I remember now. 65 probably went up to 75 after Kirkcaldy. So yeah, unfortunately, I'll probably do a free roam run in the 158. I might do a full return journey from Edinburgh. If I can slot it in into the timetable somewhere. But yeah, other than that, I don't see myself returning to this route until the 158 is a part of the timetable. The 158 was literally the main thing. We need to start breaking for Kinghorn soon. um, 65 limit is at the signal or just before the signal actually, and then you can release your brakes momentarily, and then you get the brakes back in around the area of the Morpeth board. There should be a Morpeth board coming up for 45 limit. I can't remember what I was saying though. Yeah, let's get the brakes in now. There's the Morpeth board there with a nice little AWS magnet attached to it. So well, not attached to it, but associated with it. So you can, yeah, you have no excuse for overshooting Kinghorn. It is downhill once again, so the gradient can catch you out, but you've got a solid reference point to use for your braking. I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, the 158. They just need to hurry up and bring the 158 out for this, because then I can have some actual fun with the route. Also the 801. Why don't we have the? Is it the 801 or the 800? I think it's the 800. Why not make an 800 diesel variant or something that, so you can just drive that up to Mark Inch. I don't know if it stops at Mark Inch in real life, but it's just something to add a bit of variety. It's just the 170. It's boring. Oh, anyway, that was a terrible stop. Wow. So I ended up stopping short anyway. I did all that for nothing. Right, brake step 3, neutral door release on the left. I pressed the wrong. Oh, come on. There we go. Right, that's all good. We'll set our DRA because we're gonna surrender this service to the artificial intelligence. Reverser off, master key removed. We'll leave our headlights alone. Uh, AWS isolate, DSD isolate, vigilance isolate. Exit the cab. Close the cab door back. Look at the front of the train and do the outro. Right, so that's it. I've already given my thoughts on this DLC. So yeah, pretty disappointing and underwhelming, but what can I say? What can I do? But I'd like to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. Don't know what I'm gonna do next. I really need to think about some more content ideas. I might have to start looking into Roblox or something, because Train Sim World 5 alone isn't cutting it anymore. It was cutting it back in the day when I first started out, but I feel like I've already covered everything, and it's starting to get a bit too repetitive now. So yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for watching the video. Constructive feedback and criticism is more than welcome in the comment section below, and is highly appreciated. If you'd like to further support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing. I will catch you guys in the next one. Love.